Alright guys, I have no mic. I'm recording this in my car, but let's get the predictions out for this weekend. I'm ready. This card's shit, but I'm still gonna do a prediction video. Alright, first up, we got Jamie Lynn Horth versus Ivana Petrovic. I guess they changed up the bout order from when I checked last. I'm gonna go with Jamie Lynn Horth just because I have no idea what the fuck's going on, and she lost to Veronica Hardy. That's her only loss, and that was a pretty close fight. We haven't really seen much from Ivana Petrovic to really be able to tell how good she is. Both fighters have around the same amount of fights. I think Jamie Lynn Horth just proved that she was at least decent her last fight. I have no clue how good Ivana Petrovic's going to be, but in reality, I don't know. Flip a coin on this one. I'm not going to give deep analysis on women's fights. I am sorry. All right, here we go. Next fight on the card, we got Chad Anheliga versus Cody Gibson. Again, these fights are very bad so far. I'm going with Cody Gibson by decision. He's way more active, and his recent losses are to Brad Katona and Miles Johns. Those are decent opponents. Whatever the fuck the guy's name is. Fuck me. Chad has lost to some shit fighters that Cody would absolutely maul, probably. So, yeah, I'm going Cody Gibson by decision. Alright, next fight on this card is going to be Sergey Sadie versus Garrett Armfield. Sergey Sadie, he's not too good. I'll tell you that much. We haven't really seen much from him, but I think he will be able to chin Garrett Armfield. This is, again, another toss-up between two fighters that we don't really know how good one of them is. I think he's going to be able to prove himself with decently high output. You know, he's a lot taller, but similar reach. And on the feet, I think he's better than Garrett Armfield. And I think he'll show that this fight and get like a late round 2 or maybe early round 3 stoppage. And yeah, I think he'll put Garrett Armfield out. I think for the first time in Armfield's career, he's never been knocked out, but the time's coming. This is the matchup that'll make it happen. Okay, guys, I'm an idiot. I was just going back through editing this video, and I missed Jack Shore versus Yusuf Zalal. I got Yusuf Zalal by sub. He subbed Billy Q. I think Billy Q's a decent fighter. Jack Shore is not bad, but Jack Shore is not bad. He hasn't been too active, but he has been subbed in the UFC. Jack Shore's last fight, I think it was his last fight, he lost via leg kicks to Joanderson Brito. Joanderson Brito is a monster who absolutely destroyed Jack Shore's leg until it exploded. I think Yusuf Zalal's going to take him down and sub him in the second round. Alright, next fight we got Rodrigo Nascimento versus Romanov. I'm going to go with Rodrigo Nascimento by decision. They're both not good. They're both fat. And I think he's going to be able to wrestle fuck him to a decision. Rodrigo Nascimento lost to Derek Lewis, which is not a good look, really. But this is not Derek Lewis he's fighting. I just think he's going to implement his wrestling like he's done in previous fights. Take him down to the ground, wrestle fuck him, lay on him, do a little bit of damage on the ground, and then wind up getting a decision. This is not a high-level fight. This is heavyweight. But I'm going with Rodrigo Nascimento by decision. Alright, I feel like I'm going out of order, but let's move on to the next fight. Charles Jourdain versus Victor Henry. This is going to be interesting to finally see Charles Jourdain drop down a weight class after getting chinned by the GOAT, Jean Silva. He's only really lost to 2 really good fighters recently, Sean Woodson, who looks funny, and obviously Jean Silva with the nasty finish. His opponent's pretty good, but he's old. He's 37 years old, and that weight class is kind of crazy. I think they're going to stand, and Jourdain's going to be bigger, and he'll be able to, hold him up against the cage, shoot for takedowns. I think Jourdain's going to be, is not going to have too many issues on the feet. His chin was kind of uncrackable before Jean Silva, so a little iffy on how it's going to hold up this fight. But again, I think he's going to be bigger, more imposing of a fighter, and he's going to be able to get those takedowns and get some good control. And I think his shots are going to sting a little bit more on the feet. But I'm just going to go with Charles Jourdain by decision on this one. Alright, the first time I recorded this one, I fucked it up, and the audio sounded terrible, which will happen a lot throughout this, I bet. But we got Ariana Lipski versus Jasmine Jasudavicius. I can finally say it now. The first cut, I could not say Jasudavicius. I love Ariana Lipski. I think Jasmine Jasudavicius will be able to win this one via a decision. I don't know anything, but Jasmine Jasudavicius beat some decent prospects. Ariana Lipski's pretty good. I don't really even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I kind of want Lipski to win. Jasmine's Jasudavicius. She's in Canada. They're going to try and get her to win. It's going to be a decision. So if it's going to sway anyway, it'll go the way of Jasmine Jasudavicius. Anywhere else in the world, it will go to Lipski. But I'm going to go with Jasmine Jasudavicius just because she's at home. Flip a coin, heads or tails, and then pick this one. Up next, we got Zahabi versus Pedro Munoz. Pedro Munoz, I'm sorry, but I think this might be it for you. Zahabi had a really good recent win. I'm gonna go with Zahabi by decision. I'd kind of like Pedro Munoz to win, just retire and go out after a decent win. But Zahabi just beat Javid Basharat. That's a great win. He's coming right off that win, and he's going to be able to carry the momentum into this fight. He's not going to be an idiot and stand up there and just exchange like an idiot and get knocked out. I hope not. And Munoz is on a 2-fight losing streak. He lost to Cheeto and Kyler Phillips. Kyler Phillips is shit now, and Cheeto is just a very, very good chin. That's really all he is. But again, I'm going to go with Zahabi. I'm going to go with Zahabi by decision. I think, again, he's not going to be able to get Munoz out of there, I don't think. Munoz isn't somebody that you can just put away like that. But I think he's going to be able to control the fight on the feet and on the ground. I think overall he's just going to be a better pick. I think the odds are pretty close on this one. But, I don't see him finishing Pedro Munoz. I just see him going to a decision. Pedro Munoz, still good, even at that age, 38. But I just think we got someone coming off of some good momentum, off of a great last fight against a very good opponent. I think he'll keep it moving. Next up, we got the one and only Canadian, Mike Mallet versus Trevin Giles. Mike Mallet lost his last fight in Canada. He really shit the bed against Neil Magny, which is fucking terrible. But he was winning a lot of the fight until the very end. Giles got fucking chinned very badly by, again, the greatest team, Carlos Prates, KO'd him out stiff. But, Giles has fought some good opponents recently. Again, I think this is going to be the real test for Mike Mallet. Him losing to Neil Magny was just like, everyone's like, fraud check. If he loses this one, it's not going to be good. I think he's going to go out there and finish him. I think he'll knock Trevin Giles out in round 2 or sub him in round 2 or 3. I think this is going to be a late finish from Mike Mallet, probably closer to round 2. Giles isn't the easiest person to get out of there, but Mike Mallet's going to be able to wear him down. I could see a ground and pound stoppage from Mike Mallet in the second round. That's what I'm going to go with. Mike Mallet, second round knockout. This is another one of those fights. Marc-Andre Barriault versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Marc-Andre Barriault by knockout. These guys both just love to get knocked out. But Marc-Andre Barriault has fought way, way, way better competition. He has okay stand-up. He's the real gatekeeper of the division for these lower-level guys. If you get through him, you might become top 15, top 10. Yeah, I just think he's the gatekeeper. He's good enough on the feet. And like when he fought Chris Curtis, that was a very close fight. And Chris Curtis is not the best, but he's actually decent. I don't see any way that Dustin's going to be able to win this fight. there's always a puncher's chance, but I just think the step up in competition is gonna really show that Marc-Andre Barriault has fought way better people, and he's gonna, show that there's levels and still remain the gatekeeper of this division. Later, we're gonna have another gatekeeper, but I'm going by Marc-Andre Barriault by KO because I'm tired of all these decisions. So this one's gonna be a knockout. That's I picked this up. All right, guys, this fight. Kyle Machado versus Brandon Ribeiro. Can we get a fight that's not two fighters coming off of like 6 losses in a row or something? Is this even possible? Brandon Ribeiro by knockout. Kyle Machado lost to Don'Tale Mayes. He lost to Don'Tale Mayes. I don't like that. Brandon Ribeiro is going to be quicker. He's going to get chinned. Heavyweight is shit. I'm sorry. Heavyweight is nothing compared to 205. It's not even close in skill level. So I think Brandon Ribeiro's better stand up, quicker, faster, a better fighter. And he hasn't lost to Don'Tale Mayes. So I'm going Brandon Ribeiro by knockout. Hopefully second round, maybe first round. But yeah, that's what I'm going with. Look, it's picking back up, guys. There's some knockouts. This pains me doing this. Derek Lewis versus Janata Deniz. Janata Deniz is a good fighter. High-level kickboxer, some might say. But his last fight, let's remember, his last fight was a decision. His first decision whenever, and it was against Carl Williams, who got cut from the UFC, I'm pretty sure, right after that, because he refused to shoot any takedowns that fight, because he said Dana White told him, or whoever at the UFC told him he has to be more interesting and stop shooting for takedowns and nut hugging. Deniz has good striking, wasn't able to put out Carl Williams. Derek Lewis is a big jump up again. I'm seeing a lot of these fights be like, there's a lot of big jump ups on this card, even if it's not like, it's going to be like 35 to 20. Or now this is like probably 20 to 8. I don't even know what Derek Lewis is ranked. I don't even know if he's fucking ranked anymore. But he knocked out fucking Austin Lane. I'm going with Derek Lewis by first round knockout. Derek Lewis is going to run in there and just brawl with him. Fuck it. I think when Derek Lewis doesn't have the threat of a takedown, he feels a lot more comfortable on the feet. And I don't think Deniz is going to go out there and shoot a takedown. I don't think he's ever shot a takedown in his UFC career or in his MMA career. So, yeah, I think Derek Lewis is going to be, again, the real gatekeeper of the heavyweight division. He knocks out all these fat fucks who are coming up. This is going to be a difficult fight for him, Janata Deniz is a way more, what do you want to call it? He's a better striker. But, again, the power at heavyweight, these punches could put anyone out. The only issue I see is Deniz connecting quicker. And, Derek Lewis throwing these big fucking winging shots. But I guess we'll have to see. Derek Lewis's chin might be going a little bit, maybe, now that he's getting a little older. I don't think so. I think Derek Lewis by knockout. That's just how my heart feels. I don't have a brain anymore. This pains me doing this. Derek Lewis versus Janata Deniz. Janata Deniz is a good fighter. High-level kickboxer, some might say. But his last fight, let's remember, his last fight was a decision. His first decision whenever, and it was against Carl Williams, who got cut from the UFC, I'm pretty sure, right after that, because he refused to shoot any takedowns that fight, because he said Dana White told him, or whoever at the UFC told him he has to be more interesting and stop shooting for takedowns and nut hugging. Deniz has good striking, wasn't able to put out Carl Williams. Derek Lewis is a big jump up again. I'm seeing a lot of these fights be like, there's a lot of big jump ups on this card, even if it's not like, it's going to be like 35 to 20. Or now this is like probably 20 to 8. I don't even know what Derek Lewis is ranked. I don't even know if he's fucking ranked anymore. But he knocked out fucking Austin Lane. I'm going with Derek Lewis by first round knockout. Derek Lewis is going to run in there and just brawl with him. Fuck it. I think when Derek Lewis doesn't have the threat of a takedown, he feels a lot more comfortable on the feet. And I don't think Deniz is going to go out there and shoot a takedown. I don't think he's ever shot a takedown in his UFC career or in his MMA career. So yeah, I think Derek Lewis is going to be, again, the real gatekeeper of the heavyweight division. He knocks out all these fat fucks who are coming up. This is going to be a difficult fight for him. Shanada Deniz is a way more, what do you want to call it? He's a better striker. But again, the power at heavyweight, these punches could put anyone out. The only issue I see is Deniz connecting quicker. And, Derek Lewis throwing these big fucking winging shots. But I guess we'll have to see. Derek Lewis's chin might be going a little bit, maybe. Now that he's getting a little older. I don't think so. I think Derek Lewis by knockout. That's just how my heart feels. I don't have a brain anymore. Erin Blanchfield versus Rose Namajunas. Oh, it's hard to count out Rose. And Erin Blanchfield shit the better last fight. But I'm going with Erin Blanchfield by decision once again. She has a superior grappling. She lost to Fiorot her last fight, who absolutely smoked her. But I think she's going to be able to stay alive on the feet and not get schooled like last time. Hopefully she learned. And she'll shoot for the takedowns. Maybe do some damage on the ground. Probably not. Maybe even get the sub. Might have a sub attempt in. I don't see this one getting finished. But this is me hoping Erin Blanchfield made adjustments and became better. Remember, this is at a lower weight class. For Rose, it's just painful because I can't. I'm doing it right now. It's difficult to predict that a fighter is going to make the improvement and not fuck up like they did last fight. Like, obviously, last fight, Erin Blanchfield fucked up pretty bad with her game plan. I'm hoping this time she realizes that she fucked up and that's why she lost. And this time she wants to win, so she's going to go in there and win. Erin Blanchfield by decision. Let's hope she comes with a good game plan. Ooh, here we go. I'm recording this on Halloween. That's how late I am to get out this shit. I've just been moving, so you guys don't care about my life story. We got Brandon Moreno versus Amir Albazi. Amir Albazi is 17-1. He's not. He's 16-2. He lost his last fight. I don't care. Albazi lost to Kai Kara France. That was his best win. And this is a decent jump up. Not really. Kai Kara France is pretty fucking good. But he lost to Kai Kara France. Complete robbery. I remember that fight and remember being annoyed at how big of a fucking robbery it was. I'm going to go with Moreno by knockout. Interesting pick. I know. But Moreno lost his last two against the best in the division. Brandon Royval is fucking good. He's very good. We saw how he fought Tatsuro Taira. We saw that. And he lost to Pantoja? We all know how good Pantoja is. Brandon Moreno coming off of 2 losses, I don't think means as much as these other fighters on the card who had lost to Jimmy Bob or whoever the fuck these random people are. That these guys have lost to in like fucking regional, like losing 2 regional fights and then getting in the UFC is what's going to happen next. Albazi is not that active. That's the thing. Albazi has not been active at all. And I think he's going to be hittable on the feet. Moreno will get his takedowns and tire him out. And we'll either catch him late in the fight or we'll have Albazi so worried for the takedown he can catch him. I think this is going to be the return of Brandon Moreno. Who knows what's next for him after this? I don't want to get too ahead. I think if he loses this, he's young. He's really young. I keep forgetting. But it's difficult to get a title shot with Deiveson Figueiredo. We don't want to do the quadrilogy. Please, no. But I think Brandon Moreno is still a good fighter. He took a little bit of time off. I don't even think he took as much. He didn't even take his. Like, people are saying, oh, he's coming back after his, like, little layoff. Albazi hasn't fought, like, a fucking year. I feel like Moreno's fought in between that, obviously. Like, he definitely has. I'm not even going to look. But, yeah, I think Brandon Moreno's going to shoot for the takedowns, I think. And hopefully, mix it up a little bit. Obviously, it's mixed martial arts, and he's going to be able to catch. He's going to be able to catch him. He's going to be able to catch Albazi. I don't think Albazi is the boogeyman of the division like a lot of people like to act like. Not a lot of people. Nobody fucking cares about him. But I don't think, he's just going to run through everyone. He will lose to Brandon Royval. he will lose to Pantoja, right? I genuinely believe that. So Brandon Moreno losing to those two guys, it's like, yeah, but let's be honest, Albazi would have lost to them too. And he lost to Kaikara France. So yeah, I'm going Brandon Moreno by knockout. Hopefully I don't do shit this card. Last card I went 11-2 or something like that. And of course I didn't do predictions. I just put out that parlay that did shit and fucking failed. Because, I'm sorry, Orobai is so good, but that was an interesting performance. But I'm back. I'm doing these every week now. I promise I will. Well, I'm not promising, but I will try. Because I'm actually doing kind of good at these predictions. So, don't take my advice. Don't listen to anything I say. Like and subscribe if you're still watching this. Nobody is, but like and subscribe. Please, give me the 50 subs. 42 subs would be nice. Okay, that's it. I'm out.